What's up, guys? It is Georgia here, and I'm so excited to do another Q&A with you guys. So, yeah, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Again, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below any questions that you have that I can maybe answer for the next time. But anyway, I'm going to jump right into these. So, these were questions that I asked on Instagram last week. So, if you asked a question, then I'm going to answer it. But yeah, we'll just hop right in. So the first question is, do you do couple shoots in Charleston or Savannah? Yes, I'm based in Charleston, South Carolina, so I feel like I'm always doing couple shoots in Charleston. And Savannah is only, gosh, I think 2 hours away, maybe, or an hour and a half. I don't know. It's not too far. So we haven't done a ton in Savannah, but totally open to doing Savannah. I think it's a really cute place, so I would actually be down to do some more in Savannah. But yeah, the answer is yes to that one. Someone asked, so what is my opinion on paying $5,000 plus for branding? So, okay, that's a lot of money to put out. I think it just depends on like what is coming with it. We paid probably that and a little more. Wasn't that right for our website and stuff? More? It's like between 5 or 7. I don't know. But we got like a website. We did like logos. They did colors. Like they kind of did the whole thing for us because we had never ever done that in our whole business life. So I don't know. I feel like that's a hard question. I think you'd get to a place in your business where you're like, okay, this needs to happen because like for us, like we started selling products and like making things to where like a logo was really important and like having like kind of a solid foundation to pull with fonts, and like it has made it easier to just like always have that to like, you know, use in our print shop on Past and then use on Canva for like graphics. But like I said, I think it just depends on like where you are in your business, what you are planning on doing with it. Like if you are just like needing a quick logo right now for like small things and you don't quite have the money to like do that yet, I would say it's probably not worth it right now. But if you've been established and like you're really confident in your brand and you're really confident in like your style as a photographer, I would 100% go for it, because the worst thing is you don't want to like do it and then a year from now you're like your style is completely different and like you don't even resonate with like what you did, and then maybe have to pay like another $5,000 to redo it. So yeah, I would say I think that's really just like a personal decision. Sorry guys, a personal decision and like just where you feel you are at in your business. So yeah, hopefully that was helpful. So someone asked advice for someone wanting to start offering weddings and how to get bookings for them. Oh, this is great. So with anything that you want to start, you know, the more we've been in this business, the more we've learned, like you kind of have to take baby steps and like you have to just get in, I would say, somewhere, whether that's like second shooting or attending content days or something that can give you wedding experience, because that's like what you need. Like you need experience, but like you don't necessarily have to have like a ton to get started. You just need to be able to kind of like know what a wedding is like, so then when you work one, you're not just kind of like blindsided of like, oh, I've never worked as a vendor at a wedding. So yeah, I would say maybe start second shooting, maybe see if you can like go to a wedding with someone in your area, just so you can get some experience with it, and then you could start offering like a wedding for free or for like really cheap, maybe for like a friend or like someone who's looking for one but that maybe doesn't have a big budget. I think that's a great way to get started. And it kind of takes the pressure off of you to like understand everything, because like you really only need like, what is it, 10% skill to like get started. Like you don't need to know everything to get started. You just need to like start. So yeah, I would definitely try to second shoot. I think that's like one of the best ways, because you can learn so much from the main and the lead photographer that you're working with. So yeah. Okay, how do you handle posting sessions photos on Instagram? Do you do it after your full gallery is sent? So again, this is completely your own process on like what works for you. So my old process of what I used to do, this was for engagements. I used to do sneak peeks for engagements, but it kind of was getting redundant to when I was like sending sneak peeks and then I was having to go back in and edit when it's like I only had maybe like 100 more photos to like really edit at that point. So I've now just been telling my couples like for engagements that I'll get their I'll get their gallery done within a week. And that kind of allows me, like if I'm really excited to edit it and I just want to do it in one sitting to post, I'll just edit their whole gallery and then I'll have it. But then it also kind of gives me like a week just in case like life's crazy and like I just need the time to do it. So yeah, I would say that is all just dependent on your process. I feel like if you're going to post on social media, you definitely should send those photos to the clients first. Like I don't think they should see their photos first coming on your social media. Like I feel like you should send them. So whether those are sneaks or you're like, hey, I ended up editing a few to post on Instagram, like I wanted to send these to you. I'm going to send you your full gallery here soon, but like I was just really excited. So here's a little sneak or something. For weddings specifically, I do a sneak peek for sure. So like usually the day after the wedding. So I give myself 24 to 48 hours, but usually I'm doing it within 24. I'll send around, anywhere from like 100 to 150 sneak peeks to wedding clients. And that's nice because I kind of pull from like the whole day and get kind of like a snippet of the whole day. So then when I want to go and post, like I kind of have like my favorites that I want to kind of make for Instagram. And they will get those. I send those before I post. And it gives me time as well to like finish the whole gallery. So yeah, I would say if you're posting sessions on Instagram, definitely send the photos to your clients. And then whatever your process is like, it just is kind of up to you with what works for you. Someone asked, do you do more prompting? Like go run around that tree and play tag or posing? This is a great question. I feel like yes, like majority, 90% or 99% I'm prompting. There have been times, there are times where I am just posing, and I think it just depends on like what you're doing. Wedding days, I feel like I'm finding myself more posing and just like putting, clients or putting couples in a position. Just because like wedding days are a lot different than an engagement shoot. The wedding is kind of like the activity, like they're just being and enjoying the day. So a lot of like the photos that you're getting are more documentary and candid versus like when you have the time to, take their portraits, like you really don't need to focus on like getting like all these insane shots, right? Like you can do that a lot just through prompt or through posing. So yeah, I would say wedding days I'm more posing because I just don't have like 2 hours to just like mess around and play around with my couples, versus at an engagement shoot, I have 2 hours to get really creative and like can have them do all kinds of stuff. So yeah, engagements, I'm 100% prompting like pretty much the whole time. Besides those like, simple shots where you're getting them to look at the camera. But yeah, I love prompting. And my biggest tip with prompting is like doing it and saying it in ways that make sense to you. Like don't try to say it in a way that like someone else has said if you don't feel like that resonates with you. Because like the more that you can just like explain things and help people understand things that you see in your head, it's going to help them because like you're the one seeing it. You're the one who has this vision. And so if you can explain to them like what you were seeing in your head, it'll help so much than trying to like force them to do something that you don't even really understand in your own head. So that's my biggest tip when it comes to prompting. Someone asked, what is my fave part of a wedding day? What is yours? Dude, that's a really good question. And to be honest, I genuinely feel like every wedding is different and like I don't know. I feel like it really just depends too on like the vibe because sometimes like for instance, like this past wedding we just did, like me and the bride were just vibing. We laughed all day. And so honestly, I had more fun with her, like in all the times we were taking pictures together because we just laughed. Like she was just hilarious and I loved her. And I'm like, we're best friends now. And so I don't know. I really enjoyed taking her photos and just like hanging out with her. But then there's like some weddings where like the DJ is fire and like the reception is just like so fun. And then there's some weddings where like, I don't know, like the ceremony is like beautiful and just like so sweet and intimate and you feel like you're like a guest there. I don't know. So I feel like it's more so like how the day's going and just kind of like, I don't know. I love all parts of it, honestly. Yeah, that's really hard. I don't really know if I have like a favorite. Um, I mean, I think I love taking like couples photos for sure. I would say, I mean, that's always a favorite just because like those are the shots that like you were really excited to get. I love when there's really beautiful details, cuz that's really fun to photograph cuz it's like different cuz it's not people, but you get to like I don't know, it's like really fun. I love when there's like beautiful flowers. Like I love taking like yeah, couples portraits and like I love bridal portraits too, like of the bride. It's like probably one of my favorites. But yeah, obviously maybe those. I love pretty flowers, so um, oh, someone asked, have you ever shot with film? Yes. So I am like, we kind of slowly kind of doubled into it last year, and like we're really kind of hitting it hard this year. So we started on just like some point and shoots last year just to kind of get used to like how to, put, wow, can't talk, how to put film in, how to like where to go get it developed, like just kind of like playing around with it. And now like we're definitely getting more into it. So really right now I'm just trying to master my cameras that I got because I got brand new film cameras this year. And we officially have our first like I guess like film package like coming up that we like officially have like booked. We've just been kind of like playing around just to get better at it. So I'm really excited for that, and I'm like feeling a lot more confident, a lot more like okay, I'm understanding it, because film is different, guys. It is like way different than digital. It's different, it's the same, but it's different. And so like how you kind of think through your numbers of like your ISO and your aperture and your shutter speed are just a little bit different than digitally. So it's more so just like being able to kind of differentiate digital versus film, and like when did you shoot film, like what shots are important for film, because you don't have the luxury of just like being able to snap. So you really have to be intentional. And it has helped me slow down a lot, which is really nice. But yeah, I shoot on a Pentax 645. That's my medium format film camera, and then we have a Canon. I think it's a EOS 3. It's not the V. We got the 3, and that's like a 35 millimeter camera. And honestly, that one's been great because the body of it feels like a DSLR, like a Canon 5D Mark IV. If you ever shot on that, it feels very, very similar to it, and it kind of even looks like it. And that's been really nice to learn, and just like it's a lot easier. It autofocuses, so that's nice, versus the Pentax is like manual everything. So yeah, I've been loving it, and I actually have a bunch of film to take today because guys, we have like a film lab in Charleston, and they've been able to develop our 35 millimeter film forever, but they did not have a scanner for 120, and they just got one. And I'm so excited because I can just go take it in person and usually get it back same day sometimes. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. But yeah, film's been great. I'm really excited to keep learning. We are diving into Super 8 as well. I love Super 8. It's just such a fun it's just like a fun little format to be able to like just use to create art. So yeah, it's been really fun. Someone asked, how did you know what platform to dive into to maximize your business? Honestly, when I first got started, I did some education through Dawn Charles. She was kind of like the first and like only person I really ever like did a bunch of education through, and she was amazing. Like her platform she had is called Rise Academy. I think she still has it as well. But I pretty much just kind of like everything she did, I said, cool, I'm going to do it too. So it was kind of everything that she said to do, I did. And obviously, I've been able to kind of do research and, transition into things that make a little bit more sense. But I mean, for the most part, like Honeybook is a really well-known one. Obviously, like a ton of photographers use it. So it's just been something we've had forever. And it's also one of those things that I feel like once you kind of get locked into a system, like it's a lot to like change over. Like genuinely, it would be a lot for me to like switch systems, just because it's like, okay, I'd have to redo all of my templates. I'd have to make sure all of the dates get over correctly. Like it would just be a lot. So it's just like once we kind of did Honeybook, we just kind of stuck with it. And then for my gallery delivery system, I got recommended to it by like a photographer friend from like forever ago, because I was using Flickr beforehand and I was like, I need something better. And she recommended me Pass, and I was like, okay. So I've been using Pass for like 4 years maybe. and I love it. So it has really ramped up even more like over these past few months. And like I've actually taken advantage of the print shop because like I'm part of the past platinum membership, which is a new like tier, I guess, like a new membership level that they have. And it's like kind of, it's newer, but it's amazing because you get like direct access to the past platinum team that helps us. And like if I ever have questions, I can like reach out, or they help set up my whole print shop. So that's been really amazing. And just was really grateful that I am a part of them. I would definitely say past is like up there with one of the best ones, just because of like the way it is set up, the way it runs. The prints are incredible. Like we just got our wedding album from them. I need to show it to you guys actually on Instagram because I've been meaning to do that. But yeah, beautiful prints. And they're amazing. And you can make passive income off of your prints, which is amazing. So yeah, I would just say I feel like I just kind of, whatever was told, I kind of did. And then now I've been able to add to my plate, like on things that have helped, like AFTERSHOOT. That was also recommended to me by a friend. And I fell in love with it. And it was just like one of those where I was really happy with that. I used to use Photo Mechanic, which I still had to like manually go in and cull, and I was just like really annoyed by it, and I ended up stopped using it until I found AFTERSHOOT. So yeah, I feel like you just kind of have to give it a try and give things a try and see like how you feel and what you like about it. But also sometimes I think you just kind of get stuck into using things that you've just used forever. Someone said, do you ever need to shoot other genres to balance your creativity? Honestly, I feel like that is a personal, like, I feel like that is a very personal thing of like, if you feel like you need that, because everyone is creatively different, right? Like everyone has different forms of creativity. Everyone has different forms of inspiration. I'm very much inspired just by people and like my interactions with people. I am very energized when I get around people. And so I feel like with me, it's more so like I like to switch up maybe my engagement shoots. I feel like that really helps me with my creativity and really tailoring my engagement shoots to fit the couples that I'm working with. Like for instance, I had a call yesterday with a couple and they were so cute, and we were like just chatting, and they were saying how they wanted to have an engagement shoot with me. And I had sent them this one gallery that they looked at, and they were like, we really love this. We want to do it at this park. And I was like, okay, perfect. We can do that. And then I was asking them like how they met and what they like to do, and they love soccer. Like they love soccer. They like used to go to the parks and play soccer. And so then we were talking, we were like, maybe we should incorporate like soccer into your engagement shoot somehow, and like maybe make it almost like 90s themed, like back in the day you're kicking the ball around, and they loved it. So I guess that's where I like to spark my creativity of just like how can I personalize this engagement session to my couples, because then it makes me think outside the box a little bit and kind of like pushes me to think differently than just like a normal engagement session. I would also say like attending content days, or even just setting up like shoots that are different. Whether it's just like a different style of couple shoots. Like we did like a Ralph Lauren inspired couple shoot like back in January with some friends, and it was so fun because it's like you think through it a little bit differently, like the poses that you do, or like the locations, or like the time of day you're shooting. Like you can always switch those things up to kind of push you creatively. But I also think sometimes like people do like to go and shoot completely different things, and it helps them. Like some people are like, I want to go shoot cars, or I want to go shoot like product, or I want to shoot like brands. So I don't know. I feel like that's really a personal and kind of like a subjective thing of like what you feel like you need creatively. Something I'm always saying too is like, you could always dive into other art forms as well. Like if you love to like write, or if you love to paint, or if you love to read, or if you're really into music, like use those things as well to help inspire you in your own photos, because it's all kind of interlaced. Like it all can connect and flow together because it's art. So yeah, I would say that could be really helpful if you ever feel like you need it. Someone asked, do you do it scared? I'm not sure what it is, but if you're just talking about do I do life scared, yeah, I would say I would say we do. Like basically, like if we're not comfortable with something, like we just do it anyway. And of course there's some things in my life where I feel like I am more scared than others But I feel like as an overall, wow, overall, especially being married to Micah, we are both very much like risk takers in our business. And we've always just kind of been that way. Like we've never been afraid to like kind of jump for things or like go for things, even when some of those things have definitely come and kind of bit us in the butt and like didn't serve us well. Like we learned from it. So yeah, I would say yes, we've 100% done it scared, and I think we're always gonna have to do things scared. And I think like I don't know, I just think that can help so much, like just build so much confidence in you, because then it's like, yeah, you might do something, you might not be 100% like confident in it, but like if you do it anyway, then you're gonna be that much more confident the next time you do it. Like even me speaking, like public speaking, like this even like getting on videos, still I get really nervous, like just recording a video in my own house. And then we got asked to speak at one of my friends content retreats, or like educational retreats in Charleston, and I was so nervous. Like I was so nervous to go speak. I was like so excited, but I was really really nervous. And like even when I was sitting up there, like my heart was palpitating, like I was so scared. But then like 5 minutes into doing it, like it ended up being so much fun. And like me and Micah could have probably talked for like 2 hours that day, and it ended up being really like energizing and amazing. And like I realized like I love teaching and I love like helping people. So yeah, I would say do it scared. I think that's probably one of the best advice you could take in your business, and obviously give yourself grace and give yourself like boundaries of like letting yourself kind of like deal with whatever you need to deal with, but like also not being afraid to jump in, even if you don't feel like you're fully there yet, because that's the only way you're going to learn. So yeah, that is all the questions that I got from you guys. Hopefully that was helpful. I'm always like, hopefully I'm somewhat of help. But yeah, I just always appreciate you guys and love you guys, and always here for questions. And like I said, always an open book as much as I can be. But yeah, let me know if I missed a question or if you have something that you want to know. I'll definitely be doing this again. I'm going to try to do this more. Like I said, I've been doing, so I've stuck to my word so far. Hopefully I can continue. But don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below so you don't miss out on the next video, and I will see you next time.